back. The Jim Norton Show. We only wait for 2 minutes. I'm acting like it was a 15-minute break. My favorite line in that whole bit is "blow me for Pete's sake."
I know.
What a great thing to say to someone.
He does the best girl voice ever.
Yeah, it's
for a comic.
It's completely humiliating.
Yeah, it's so degrading.
No woman can enjoy that voice representing her.
We were just talking about our friend Kevin Corrigan. You know, he's an independent filmmaker.
I know Kevin, right? Is it the Kevin I know?
Yeah,
I love Kevin. Yeah.
He actually raised enough money. He's going to do an independent film, so he goes, for my lead actor, I got De Niro. I go, "You got Robert De Niro?" He goes, "No, he's way too expensive. I got Phil De Niro, but he's good." He goes, "For my leading actress, I got Streep." I go, "Meryl Streep?" He goes, "No, she's an Oscar winner. I can't afford her." "Shirley Streep, just as good." "And for my comic relief, I got Piscopo." I go, "You got Joe Piscopo?" He goes, "Yeah." Sorry.
I'm not going to go to a whole lot of phone calls, but there's one guy here with a Hicks question who I want to... how do I pick this up? Do I just click this right here?
I'm going to get it right now.
Okay. Hello? Is this...
Are you there?
Hi, Sean. Get a hold of yourself. Yes.
What's going on here?
Hi. What's your Hicks question?
Well, you said you started in 1990.
Right around there, yeah.
Yeah, Hicks was blowing up around that time. He's like the Jordan of comedy. I was wondering if he had any effect on you, or if you had any jealousy towards him or anything. Or...
No, me? Honestly, I have never listened to Bill Hicks. I mean, I've seen moments of him here and there, but I've never listened to a Bill Hicks CD. And it wasn't that I didn't want to hear him. I'd always heard great things about him. I knew someone that used to date him. It just, for some reason, I just didn't listen to other comics. But what? No, jealous towards him, no.
Oh, cool. I guess they're coming out with a movie now about his life. Russell Crowe's in it.
I did hear about that. There's a documentary about Hicks online somewhere, which somebody was talking about. It might be in the theater.
Yeah, it's called It's Just a Ride or something like that. Yeah,
Who's Russell? Is Russell Crowe playing who?
I have no idea. I heard about it this morning on Raw Dog.
Hicks? He's playing. Russell Crowe is playing Hicks?
That's the rumor, yeah.
That's retarded.
Isn't he fucking 15 or 16 years older than Hicks? Hicks died when he was 32.
Yeah.
It probably won't be made. Biopics about stand-up comedians don't do well at all.
All right, thanks, man.
Yeah.
I always heard they would do one on Pryor. I'm like, they said they were going to do one on Richard Pryor, and I heard, well, Eddie Griffin's going to play Richard Pryor. And
stop.
This one's going to play Richard Pryor, and it's like, who are they going to get to play Pryor that we already know?
He's the Michael Jordan of comedy. What does that mean? Us, fucking Dave Clark 5? What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know. So Otto is an interesting guy because when we came up, Jim and I were around the same time. You were 6 months ahead of me. You were an established headliner. You were a guy, and you're one of the few guys I know that's done street comedy.
Yeah.
Which I mean, how did you get into street comedy?
Yeah, I get
never really asked you
nostalgic
that.
every time I walk up here. 45th to Broadway was one of my corners there. How did I get into that?
Like, what would you do? Would you actually just stand there with no mic and just start doing material?
Well, yeah. The hardest thing was to stop a crowd. So I used to have friends that would meet me and stand there, and the crowd would gather because if you're just sitting there, nobody's going to stop because they just think you're a lunatic, you know. I started on the Staten Island ferries because that's where I grew up. So I would play hooky and do the boat rides coming back from Manhattan during rush hour. I used to make good money.
When you were
all clean material?
I was completely clean then.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how old were you?
14 to about 21. Here's the type of material I would do. I go, George, George, it's time to go back in the bag. I ain't going in that bag. I'm not going in that bag. You ain't going either? It was that kind of shit, you know.
Oh, okay.
So how much money could you make in a day, would you
With
say?
that act? No, but I used to do good.
Couple $100?
Yeah. Yeah, the silent acts did a lot better because they could entertain several hundred people at a time. But, you know, I already had I carried a puppet, a milk crate to put my foot on, so a sound system was out of the question at that point.
So were you insulting people at that point?
Oh, yeah. It was very, very nasty to the crowd. The one rule we had with street performing was that if we wanted a meal or go see a movie, we wouldn't spend any money that was in our purse for more than an hour. In other words, if we wanted to go see a movie, we go, let's do a show right in front of the movie theater and fucking pay for the movie and the popcorn. Or if we wanted to get something to eat, we'd go, I'm not going to, you know what I mean? You could just do a show anywhere you wanted. It was an amazing feeling.
It's a way of comedy kind of just getting you whatever you wanted in the world immediately. Like, you know, you're not going to be able to buy a house with it, but if I want to go see a movie, I do a few jokes and fucking go see the movie.
Exactly. I created my own show business. There was no gigs. It just, when I wanted to work, I worked.
Now, there was always the rumor that you made fun of the Spanish guy and he stabbed up the puppet. Was that it? Is that true?
Yeah, it's
that was
true.
in the park.
In Central Park, yeah.
You were making fun of him.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what I said, but I think he was on angel dust or something because he had a weird, freaked out look and he's fixated on the puppet. And I told that story like once, and it's stuck around for forever.
Well, that's a great story. So he stabbed the puppet because he thought it was coming from the
El
puppet.
Diablo, and then ran away, and I got a cut on my hand. I still have a little nick there.
Right.
Dirty Spick stabbed me trying to amputate him. That's a compliment, dude. That's what people told me. That's a compliment.
It's not a compliment.
Yes, it is. He thought the puppet was real. It's good.
Oh.
It's a testament to your talent.
I think it was more that he was mentally ill.
Yeah,
Probably
exactly.
the bigger problem.
Yeah.
There's so many Otto rumors floating around. Like, a lot of them aren't true. They're like, dude, Otto does this when he talks with his puppets real. Shut up, he doesn't. I've been on the road with him.
Yeah.
He throws the puppet in the bag, and he fucking, and he goes and he does the gig.
Yeah, they want to believe that you sit up all night and that the dummy berates you and there's a whole subtext like Twilight Zone. No, not at all. But there are guys like that exist. They're nuts. Bergen was like fucking nuts when I heard.
Who's Bergen?
Edgar Bergen, Candace Bergen's father, Charlie McCarthy.
Oh.
He used to have fucking birthday parties for this fucking thing and have big stars come over. And he had a better bedroom than Candace Bergen and stuff like that. Fucking weirdos.
So, other ventriloquists, because comics are kind of, it's like you have two different groups that you would kind of be competitive with, other comedians. And are ventriloquists competitive at all, or you don't look at them any different than like another stand-up?
Well, I'm an apparition to them. They think, I heard there was like all this stuff online after I did Letterman. Oh, he's so undeserving. There are so many guys better than him, and his fucking lips are moving, and he's a foul-mouthed pig. You know, other vents emailing each other.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you find out who they were and smash them?
Who cares? They're not in the business.
Oh.
They're just armchair guys that do it as a hobby and shit, you know? At least I'm known by comics, you know, and fucking respected.
And David Copperfield's a huge fan of Otto's.
Yes,
Yeah.
he is.
He's actually he's such a huge fan that he replaced the old Otto with a new Otto, and you gave him the old Otto.
Old George.
George, I mean,
Yeah.
the old George.
Yeah.
Oh, did he? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's got a museum in Vegas. And I was told, I did a gig with Valby up in New Hampshire, and Jerry Hamza was there, Carlin's ex-manager, and he told me that he used to listen to my album Dirty Puppet on his fucking iPod.
Who would?
George Carlin.
that's great,
Yeah.
dude.
That was like, that's enough. That's the only compliment I need to hear for the rest of my life. You know?
You wish he was alive when you knew that. Oh, he came to see you. Did he come to see you?
Yeah, I met him in
gig?
Chicago. I got a great photo with him. He was awesome. We talked for about a half hour.
So, how was your set when he came to see you?
It was great, and I didn't know he was there, which was good because I probably would have vomited knowing that, you know, the brilliant mind like that is listening to my stupid skit, you know. So he caught me on a great night where I was sober and in a good mood and great energy. So he caught a great set. I was very happy. I didn't know he was there ahead of time, you know.
Yeah, you don't want to sabotage it or just be too nervous to perform.
Yeah, fuck, it would have been too nerve-wracking, you know. I couldn't have relaxed.
Do you have a commercial to go to, Jim?
Yeah.
No, it's great because Otto's, you know, Copperfield was such a big fan of Otto's that he actually came to one of my shows in Cleveland. I was playing at the Improv, and he called the club. He said, I'm coming down to see Jim. And the manager's like, you know Copperfield? I go, no, I never met him before.
That's great.
And then when he came down,
cool to hang out
he
with?
was a super guy, man.
nice.
Came to the show, him and his buddy. We talked comedy for like an hour afterwards. I've been keeping in touch with him. He's
He's
got
a guy from Jersey worth about $1 trillion.
I went to Vegas. He hooked me up. I was in front row for his magic show. Unbelievable show, man. I was never really into magic. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Guy's unbelievable. He's an amazing guy. He's really quick-witted and funny, and he's a huge fan of comedy.
I met him once. He was a fan of Side Splitters, which I did with Louis Black, and he was at the Comedy Cellar one night.
I gave him that tape. I'm the one
now
who
he
turned
got
him
that?
on to that. Yeah.
Okay,
When it was just in a VHS form.
Yeah.
And when here's something I think you'll like, it's fucking, you know, right up your alley. Because he likes all that old-time vaudeville stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I met him at the Cellar one night, and he said, he recognized me. I was going to go get an autograph. He goes, hey, you were in Side Splitters.
Oh, cool.
I said, yeah, and he signed something, then he drugged me and took me to an island and raped me. All right, we're going to come back in a minute. We got to do a quick commercial. We'll be right back with the Jim Norton Show with Florentine and Otto.